Hey y'all! In K-Word's words, hello to all our listeners out there today.
So, be prepared for the chance of a lifetime.
Be prepared for sensational news.
A shining new era is tiptoeing nearer.
What's up? This is L Singles along with
J High,
K-Word,
and ISD.
And assuming you're not deaf,
you're listening to EJKL Radio.
You certainly are, and the time is?
No, let them figure it out for themselves. Get up and find a clock.
Okay, and coming at you first is part 1 of our presenter's choice, 4-pack of songs.
What do we play first?
Mine! Okay, this track is called The Philiac by Emily Autumn. Enjoy!
I'm your Philiac. I've been so disillusioned. I know you took me back, but still at the same confusion. I couldn't be your friend. My world was too unstable. You might have seen the end, but you were never able to keep everything.
Well, did you enjoy? I did.
And that is the point.
Well, Singles, over to you.
That's right. We now have L Singles with a detailed review on the new Batman movie.
The Dark Knight is one of the best movies I have ever seen. I would highly recommend it to most people, but some scenes are not suitable for young kids because of violence.
Yeah, I really like it too, but it was so scary. The Joker was so evil and weird. He had a scary face and he was all mutilated and creepy. Heath Ledger was so good at playing the Joker.
Did you know that this was the last movie Heath Ledger was in before he died?
They say he committed suicide, but I'm not so sure.
No one's really sure.
Oh well, it was sad that he died. Personally, I didn't really like it.
Oh, J High, you're a little harsh, aren't you? I haven't seen the movie myself, but it sounds really good. There have been lots of ads on TV and it looks cool, but I think they should show more on the ads.
Yeah, I haven't seen Batman yet either. But I suppose Batman would be pretty batty these days. Yeah, that's great, J-High.
Batman doesn't actually have any superpowers. He uses his skills in technology, theatricality, and combat to defeat the villain.
The movie continues on from the storyline of Batman Begins. I think the plot for the movie was excellent.
Yeah, I liked all the stunts. It cost a lot of money to produce, but it was worth it.
It's the biggest movie released this year. Most people queued up overnight to get tickets for the opening day.
Well, they're a bit desperate, aren't they? I suppose, but The Dark Knight is still a good movie.
Well, we don't want to spoil the movie for our loyal listeners.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, I wouldn't know.
So we'll say good day and goodbye. Your dial is tuned to EJKL Radio.
Dip my tail in blood, eggs white as shining red. Write the words happy meal right across your head. Tired of getting walked on streets like a sheep. Don't blame me for all the years that you were asleep. My dog, time for surgery, last. Got it in control, watch the dog. Take your meds, obey my demand. Trust my dog, shut your eyes.
Bacardi,
Vodka, Scotch,
Bourbon.
one of life's many luxuries.
for adults, the many wonders of the prohibited.
And yet so many people fail to realize the consequences of such a substance.
This afternoon at 11:35 p.m. along the Bruce Highway, a fatal incident involving a pea plater, a friend, and an elderly lady, which left them dead and dozens injured. Details are yet to be confirmed, but what we do know is that the pea plater, whose name remains unknown, was returning home after attending a party with friends. The incident was witnessed by a homeless man who claimed that the driver had a slurred voice and a slow reaction rate just before he died. This only confirms police evidence that he was driving under the influence of alcohol. I've noticed a lot of people talk about about alcohol consumption by a lot of people in and around the school. What really bugs me is that these people aren't much older than me and are still well under the legal drinking limit.
One should wonder what their parents do instead of supervising their children.
But I know I may have a sip or two, but I've never even had the slightest thought of binge drinking with my parents around.
Like anything, a small amount in moderation is considered okay. Children cannot and do not consider the possibilities of effects of binge drinking.
Why should we be affected for some other kid's wrong choice?
It is said it's protect the community. Teenagers and young adults are more violent and aggressive under the influence of alcohol.
So why do people drink?
It helps them relax. Many people claim that peer pressure and drinking seem to look cool were possible reasons for drinking.
Well, is it true?
No. At first it may seem cool, but binge drinking has serious side effects that could eventually result in a death.
And just one glass?
One glass is all you need to start. Up to one, it just seems easier to take a second.
And a third.
And a fourth.
So remember,
Play it safe.
Don't hesitate to refuse.
a sip of liquor
may cost more than you realise.
You're listening
to EJKL Radio.
That was interesting.
Shut up, Jay High.
Yeah, quit humming and get on with your segment.
Yeah, right.
With grade 9s going on the upcoming school camp held down in Noosa, we decided to include a segment today on school camp. We'll give you the lowdown on the tips, tricks and how to deal with the torture of teachers and rowdy students. School camps can be a load of fun or a living hell. Depending on how you deal with teachers and friends, there's always an easy way to make a terrible time turn into the best camp you've ever had, under the supervision of teachers.
For opinions on the annual school camp trips, we'll pass to Elle Singles and Kay Witt, who will give us a briefing on her things to bring.
For those who are too lazy to bother listening to teachers or reading the note, it's always a good idea to bring or not bring along some of these things.
You don't want to bring along your hit new shirt because there's always a risk of it being stolen, misplaced or stoned. The chance of something being accidentally taken home by an underwear thief is also a possibility.
I always find it funny when teachers ask us to label everything. By everything, they generally include things like underwear. What do they think will happen to underwear? I have no idea. But you may find that you come home from camp to find a pair of pink polka dot panties.
Deodorant! Everybody hates B.O.
Ew! Okay, what smells? Smelly face.
I'm sure she showers more than you, Singles, though now that I've changed the subject, Jay High has an extreme theory on teachers.
Now don't be harsh, Ice-T. My theory on teacher only supports the fact that the teachers are just as human as us. And despite their differences, they still want to just have as much fun as we do. To avoid getting into trouble, do what you're told to do. Don't do anything you're not told to do. Simple. When you explain it in stupidity.
Shut up, Jay High!
Well, when you push the boundaries, it's to be expected.
Shut up, Jay High!
I've heard kangaroos make unpleasant visitors to the camp cabins. I wonder how so.
Well, I know I sleep with koala, but I wouldn't mind a kangaroo to add to my collection.
That's nice to know, oh witless one.
Last but not least, I must warn you, all the following items are prohibited from camps. Things such as drugs, pesticides, remote-controlled cars,
Mobile phones.
MP3 players, Walkmans, the good old cassette player.
But that means I can't take along my record player. What about toys? Well, remember guys, leave all paws, weapons of choice, and K-Witt's boy toys at home.
You're listening to the one, the only, EJKL